Welcome everyone to the team. Sorry, I didn't know I was on mute, but I was just saying you might already be on these calls like Monica. She showed up a lot. She's actually got some people being promoted up in the business, which is great. You got some one-star and two-star and three-star managers, Monica. Great job. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for being a part of this incredible journey with me. You are not just joining a team or you're just not part of a team. You guys are stepping into a movement that has this immense power to impact lives around the world. And it starts with you. I say this because when I came into this business about after a month, I realized it was my social responsibility to share this with the world. And that's what I do on a day-to-day basis. I make it a part of my life. It's not something that is this huge task in my life. And I'm going to talk about something tonight that I'm adding to this call just to kind of give you guys an idea of how easy this can be. But what I will tell you is, this business, your marriage, your kids, everything in life, what matters the most is your mindset. Human beings make things a lot harder than they need to be. That's just what we do as human beings. We're very complex and we make things a lot harder than they need to be. And I will tell you the way that you show up for this business, and I'm not saying you got to show up 8 hours a day. I'm just saying you got to show up every day, even if it's for 30 minutes, if it's an hour, talking to two people every day. That's going to determine how fast and far you go in this business. Now, I've been doing this a year and 3 months myself. Okay. And people have been in this business 6 months, maybe they've been in the business a year, maybe they've been in it the whole time that I've been in it. And people sometimes will give up after a year and 3 months. And you can never know in a year and 3 months how something is going to go. Even though if it hasn't gone great, that doesn't mean it won't start going great. That doesn't mean you'll get better talking about this business and it will be really, really good. And the cool thing about this business and the double-edged sword bad thing about it is you are an entrepreneur. And being an entrepreneur, there's a lot of ups and downs. But being an entrepreneur means you're building something real, something with real purpose. And this is your business. No one else owns this business. You own all the assets in this business. So you got to treat it with the seriousness and the consistency that it deserves. And also, you got to put the heart into it. And you got to be consistent and give it a shot for 3 to 5 years. And then learn everything you can. Now, we provide powerful resources, and we've developed as a team over the last year and a half. And those resources we have are the wellnessrev.org website, which Justin can put that in the chat for you guys to see that what that resource is. We have a school training platform. And all I would say is just take the time to go through the resources. Take the time to go through all the resources on the website. Because what's going to happen is knowledge will create confidence. I know that's what happened when I first came in. So I was like, oh my God, there's so much stuff to learn. Lay down, Haley. Lay down. Get in your bed. There's so much stuff to learn. How am I going to learn it all? And then when I started learning and being consistent, that confidence started driving momentum. And so what I want to challenge you guys to do is show up for the weekly trainings. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're getting ready to add a Thursday call. We're getting ready to partner with another group. So there's going to be training in Spanish and English every single week. And if life gets in the way and you can't attend the calls live, just watch the replays. They're always uploaded right after the calls. Because every training is going to be a step forward in your growth. Every call is a chance to sharpen your skill, get that belief, understand what this business is all about, understand that it's real. Because belief is everything, you guys. It doesn't matter what you're in. Like I said, I'll go back to marriage. I'll go back to, raising kids. Belief is the most important thing. This product is not just another supplement or a gadget. This technology, I believe wholeheartedly, it's going to change humanity. It's going to change humanity because it's going to let people live healthier longer. It's going to let people live longer. People are going to be able to enjoy their families longer. And to be successful, you need to believe that. And when you truly believe that, sharing will become natural. Now, notice I didn't say selling. I don't sell anything, but sharing is going to become more natural. Passion is contagious. And when you share with every single person with that passion, beautiful things start to happen. And I would just challenge you, plant seeds everywhere you go. And I'm going to teach you how to do that tonight. And this is the best part of all. You're not doing this alone. We've created a system for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just got to follow the one that's proven to work. Listen, we started in this business, we had no knowledge. Now you guys have a system that can go out there and launch your business, and we're going to help you do that. Invite people to our opportunity calls that we have on Tuesdays. Get on those calls on Tuesdays so you can see how it's done, so that you can get better and better about talking about this. That's what I did. For the first 6 weeks, I just got on a bunch of calls and listened to people present this business. Use all the tools that we've given you. Leverage our team. Because when you do that, we all rise together. That's the whole premise behind this business. We are here for something bigger than ourselves. This isn't just about selling something to someone. It's about human transformation. It's about being a part of something that is so rare. We have something in our hands. And when I was sitting at a conference in October, I just sat in the room and I was like, how did I get here? How did I am so lucky to be aware of this device and aware of this product and aware of this company? I mean, we are part of something that's rare, something the world desperately needs. Not only do we have a device that's helping humanity, we have a community of people that we can be around, learn from, and get better from, and create, which we need that right now. Our world has so much separation, and it's crazy. So, what I want to do right now is I want to walk you quickly through the back office. I'm going to go through this fast because on our website, we have short little videos that all you need to do is go to wellnessrev.org, and it's going to walk you step by step how to do each of these things that I'm going to show you. But I'm going to show you really, really quickly. This is your first call that you can go back to there and resource these videos. You can watch this video, but we've got 1 to 2 minute videos on all of these things. So it's easy for you to go in. And as well as when you bring someone into the business, make sure they have these resources, right? That's what duplication is all about. The magic of this business where people make millions of dollars, the people that make the most money in this business duplicate. They don't try to do everything themselves. They use the resources and they're able to duplicate, replicate, and build a business. Okay. So I'm going to share my back office with you real quick. So this is what you're going to see when you log in. You're going to log in here. And so the first thing that you want to do is your name is going to show up here. Now, I have my business set up in an LLC. We have training in school about how to do that and why you should do that. But I have mine set up as an LLC. When you click on that, you're going to go to change settings. And there's these tabs down the side, and then there's these edit buttons. I want you to just go in and set up your business. If you haven't done that so far, do that. Click on each one of these tabs and do that. Okay. And then I want you to know that this tab also under change settings, you want to go down here, and this is how you change your legs. This is a binary comp structure, meaning you just have two legs. You're going to put someone on the left or someone on the right, and I would do that equally, right? So when someone enrolls, let's say someone signs up tonight, you want to go in here and change it back to build right, okay? Then someone signs up, you want to go back to build left. Now, you have 5 business days if you happen to put someone on the wrong leg to call customer service and get that changed in your organization, okay? Excuse me. So that's the second thing. Again, all this is on our website. Now, the next thing that I want you to check, and I do these in order of importance, is monthly subscription orders. Okay. If you did sign up with a monthly subscription order, this is really, really important inside the comp structure because the way the binary works is if anybody's organization, if they bring people in, you get credit for that volume, even though you didn't enroll them. But if you don't stay active with at least one sleeve of patches every single month, you could lose all that volume, which is money you could get paid on. Okay. So to stay active, you have to have at least 55 PV, which is just one sleeve of patches that you have to have. Okay. Now, when you click on here, this is going to show you what your monthly subscription orders are. Okay. Now, if you did not sign up for a monthly subscription order, you can go to store and go to patches. And you're going to just click on X39. And then when it comes up, you're just going to go down here and add to monthly subscription orders. Click on that. And then it's going to say it's been added to your auto order. That's not exactly true. You have to go to the cart and actually check out and go through that checkout process. Okay. Once you go through that checkout process, it'll show right up in here. You should be able to go in here and see that your subscription order took. Okay. Now, based on when you signed up, you want to make sure that your subscription is 29 days after, just to be sure that that next one comes in. You're going to make sure that you're signed up and you're not going to lose any kind of volume. Now, once you hit three-star manager and you're starting to make money inside the comp plan, you want to make sure that you have two sleeves set up so that you can get paid inside the compensation plan. Okay. One to stay active, two to get paid. Okay. All right. Now, how do you find your enrollment link? Okay. This is very, very easy. You go to organization, hit enroll new. Okay. Global enrollment, not a robot, join now. And this is your enrollment link. Okay. I just want you to copy and paste that and put that in your notes for now. So whenever someone asks you for your link, you can just go to your notes, copy and paste that and text them. There's also a training that we've done on technology inside of our school system. Okay. You can go in there and watch that training. It's going to show you how to set up boards. It's going to show you how to set up ManyChat. It's going to show you how to do ChatGPT and use our ChatGPT tool to make sure everything that you're doing is compliant. Okay. So, but for now, you could just save this to your notes. Now, if you want a customer, if a customer wants to sign up, there's two different links. That's for them to become a brand partner. Down here on the bottom, it says preferred customer program. You're going to click on that link, and this is your link for your customers. So copy and paste that as well in your notes until you get a board set up, something that's easy. Boards, all it is just it's a keyboard. It allows you to save all your links and you can just click, 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 no matter if you're in WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, text message, email, whatever it is. It's just for easier for you to have your links at your fingertips. Okay. And again, that training is inside of our back office. The other thing that you want to check here is commissions. Okay. There's a couple places you could check. You could check here on the home screen right here. Okay, this is your weekly commissions that you have. You can also go to the commissions tab under commissions, and you can check all of your commissions here for all the weeks. Okay, and so like last week, all the commissions that we made, and then it breaks it down for every single commission. You can see, what you made for each commission, and this is all real time. Okay, what you can find inside of your back office. Okay, so that's where you find commissions. The next thing is how do you upgrade your package? Okay, so if you there's four packages right now. If you start off with the core, you can upgrade to, the premium package if you want to, or the advanced plus, whatever package you want up to. Again, this is only a one time, you can upgrade one time to each package. Okay. Where you find that is if you go to store and you see under sales tools, I'm already at a premium. So it does not give me the option to upgrade because I've already upgraded to a premium when I first started. It'll give you a thing right under sales tools that says upgrade package. And then once you hit that, it's going to take you to upgrade your package. That's where you upgrade your package. And again, you can only do that one time. Okay. And then the other tab is a resource tab in here. This is just some resources that the company has that has some things that you can look through, some videos, welcome to the future of wellness. Like these are just videos that you can use. And also there's a bunch of stuff over here as well. Okay. What I suggest people doing is take 15 minutes every single day and just go through each of these tabs. It's just education. Also, the education tab on here is about compensation. And then there's different resources down here for executive director resources that you can use as well. Okay. So just get in there and play around. You can't do anything to mess this up. Now, what I like to do at this point is I like to talk about the hardest part of the business. Now, before I do that, I want to give you guys some rules, okay, of this business that we are starting to teach. And I'm actually recording some content tomorrow to put on our platform so you guys can learn this. But what I feel like I talked about in the beginning is mindset of this business. And where a lot of people get discouraged is all the no's. And they get discouraged because they can't talk about the business well. And I want to give you all those tools to be able to do that. But I also want to give you some mindset behind it. So it doesn't matter what you're sharing, selling, working with customers, if you're in car sales, your insurance sales, you're in house sales, if you're selling trinkets, it doesn't matter. You have about a 10% close rate of anything that you're selling. Okay. Same exists in this business. So what I want you to know is if you can get 52 people in a year period in this business, and you can help those 52 get at least 26 of their people to do that, you can make an eight to $10,000 income a week in this business. Sorry, a week, 8 to 10,000 a week, $40,000 a month, $500,000 a year. Okay. Now that's in a year period. Now, how you do that is you just got to get one person a week to sign up. And how you do that is you have to talk to 10 people a week. And how you do that is you talk to two people every single day. Just two people. Two 5 to 7 minute conversations that I'm going to teach you right now to have this conversation with people. And so I call it the 10-2-1 rule. Okay. Talk to 10 people, two people a day, 5 days a week. You're going to get one person to sign up. Now, what most people focus on the nine that didn't. What I want you to celebrate is the one that did. Because if we can get to 52 and we can duplicate this system and teach the same thing to the 52 people that came in, and you only get 50% of those people to get 26 people in the business, in a year period, you can get to an $8 to $10,000 a year, $8 to $10,000 a week in income. Sorry, $8 to $10,000 a week in income. Okay, so 26 on your left, 26 on your right. Talk to 10 people a week, two people every single day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Could be Wednesday through Sunday, whatever days you choose, and you're going to get at least one person to sign up. We have a chat right now. And Justin, I'm not sure if you have that chat, but you can share that chat here when we have an accountability chat. When people talk to two people every single day, if they get somebody to sign up, they're sharing with us in that chat. It's just a little accountability chart. But that's what we have to do to be successful in this business. So that means you got to spend 15 to 20 minutes a day on this business, and that's it. And you can make $8 to $10,000 a week. Okay. So the hardest part is talking to those people consistently and getting into a conversation with them. Like, what do you say to them when I talk to them? How do I get into the conversation? Well, this is what I want you to know. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be super knowledgeable on this product to get into a conversation because we have a lot of tools that we can send to them. But what I like to talk about first is what not to do. Okay. What you don't do is in the beginning of that conversation, vomit on people about this new opportunity and how excited, how amazing this business is. Okay. Don't do that because then it feels like you're selling to them. The other thing is I don't talk about it being in network marketing or I joined a network marketing company. Now, if people ask once I get into the conversation, which I'll show you in a minute, then I always tell them, yeah, it's a direct sales company with a direct sales compensation model. Doesn't have a Me Too product. We got a patent. It's the one. It's and we compete against nobody. Okay. So I also don't talk about the comp plan and how much money I can make, right? Because then it's a sales conversation that I'm having, right? So I don't do those things. So how I do open up a conversation is I always leave people with themselves. You're like, Jay, what in the heck does that mean? Well, it's something that my grandfather taught me a long time ago. And that is if you want people to like and trust you, you have to leave them with themselves. And how you do that is you know a lot about them and they know very little about you. And how you do that is you just ask questions authentically about this person, what's going on in their life, right? How's their family? What kind of vacations? What do they do for a living? If it's a stranger or if it's someone that you know or you haven't talked to in a couple years or a couple months, you're just gonna, hey, how's the kids? How's the job? How long you been there again? And so what I do is I do that. And then I always, the number one question that I ask last is an identity question. Most people don't get to talk about what they do, or most people don't care about what other people do. But I do. I do care about what they do because it's interesting to me all the jobs in the world that make the world go round. So I always get to the question, even if I know who they are, I'll say, hey, you still working at Ford? Oh, yeah. How long have you been there now? You've been there a while, right? Oh, man, I've been here 20 years. Man, you must really love that place. What's the thing that your favorite thing about it? What do you love the most? Okay, so that's going to be my first question that I'm going to ask them about their identity. And they're gonna say, oh, I love the people, I love the security, I love the stability, it's a great company, it's got great benefits, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, but every job has its things. Like what would be one thing if you had a magic wand that you would change about your job that you don't like very much? Most people say money, too much time, weekends, hours, their boss, driving in traffic, whatever it is, right? I'm just gathering information right now so that I can talk about it later, not in this moment. Okay. And then, so when I ask them that, what typically always happens, always, is they ask me what I do for a living. Always. Or what are you up to? Are you still an insurance agent? Are you still, in financial services? Whatever it is, it always comes back when you leave people with themselves. And that's when you got to have your 30-second commercial ready. And so my 30-second commercial starts like this. Well, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have 8 different businesses, but the one that I'm most excited about right now is my stem cell business. And they're like, your stem cell business? And I'm like, I just, it's so crazy. Like, this thing has changed my life more than anything has ever changed my life before. They're like, what? And I'm like, this patch. And they're like, patch? What patch? And I'm like, you haven't seen this? You haven't heard about this? I thought everybody knew about this. I mean, I have more energy than I've ever had in my entire life. I'm sleeping better than I've ever slept in my entire life. I have no discomfort or pain in my body whatsoever. This thing is making me reverse in age. My hair is turning back black, and I have more mental clarity than I've ever had in my entire life. The changes that I'm seeing in other human beings is absolutely crazy, from kids to older adults to older people. And oh, by the way, like, I was waking up before I started wearing this patch to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I haven't woke up since I put this patch on. I mean, it is helping me with so many things in my life. And then the next question that they always ask from there is, how do I get it? And that's when I say, oh, that's the easiest thing. You can get it one of three ways. You can buy it retail for $149 a month, but nobody really does that because you can get it for wholesale for $99 a month with an auto ship that you could cancel anytime. Or what I decided to do after I started wearing this thing and saw the transformation is I decided to become an affiliate because I share it with every single person and they actually compensate me for it. Which one sounds most appealing to you? And so the thing that I just added, that I said today on the third option, is I became an affiliate because I get my patches for free and they actually compensate me for sharing as well. And when I said I get my patches for free, everyone lights up. So you guys can add that new one in there today. It just popped in my head when I was doing it. And the guy was like, yeah, I'd love to get it for free. I don't have to pay for it. Yeah, you can get it for free. So that's how I get into the conversation with everyone. Now, this list that you have to build, we're doing some training on this. Like, you should build a list of 52. Go through your phone. People that you haven't talked to in 3 to 5 years, write them down. People that are on your chicken list that you're afraid to call, write them down. People on social media, write them down. Now, when I'm saying having 2 conversations a day, I'm not saying 2 text messages, WhatsApp, DMs. I'm saying you actually call them. And how I call people is very simple. I'll call them and sometimes act like I'm calling somebody else. Okay. So let's just say it's my friend Ernie Martinez. Well, I called my accountant today. His name is Ernie Els. I called Ernie Els and I said, "Hey, Ernie Martinez, how are you doing?" He was like, "This is not Ernie Martinez. This is Ernie Els." Oh, Ernie, oh my God, how are you doing? Boom, I just get in a conversation. Are you still an accountant? Yeah, I've got probably another 5 years left. Wow. You've been doing that such a long time and you must really love it. Boom, I get into my conversation, right? So that's how I get into conversation with people. Like I said at the beginning, let's not make this harder than it is. It's not hard. I literally can have that conversation about what it's done for me in less than 60 seconds. And I've got you hooked. People want to know about reversing their age. They want to know about feeling more energy. They want to know about sleeping better. They want to know about not having pain. They want to know about having mental clarity. This is what people deal with every day. I don't care if you're 35 or if you're 50. Now, a part of the conversation that I want you guys to get comfortable with asking is asking open-ended questions, right? So when they don't reply to, the stem cell thing, they don't ask me, more questions on how I get it. I'm gonna ask more questions. I'm gonna add questions in, and I'm gonna say, hey, what do you know about stem cells? Okay. And this is very, very easy. You don't have to be a doctor or a chemist to talk about this. And they're like, oh, I don't know that much, or they're expensive, or, and all I say is, listen, this is the main thing about stem cells. Between when you're born and 30 years old, 50% of your stem cells go dormant. Do you know what stem cells do for you? The number one thing they do is keep you young. The number two thing they do is keep inflammation out of your body, which prevents disease and pain and mental clarity and brain fog, and losing mental clarity, brain fog. All the bad things that happen in our life come from our stem cells going dormant. And then between the age of 30 and 60, 95% of your stem cells are dormant. That's why we see people after the age of 60 go off a cliff and really start aging, really start having a lot of problems. This patch prevents that, right? And so that's what I talk about when about stem cells. And then I'll ask people like even further, like, well, how's your day-to-day energy level? You drink a lot of coffee? You doing pre-workouts? You taking any stimulants? Or if I see somebody in pain, or I'll ask them, do you have any discomfort in your body? I look for people drinking energy drinks. That's the type of people that I look for. Now, other people that you could target. There's people online promoting social media, network marketing companies all the time. We pay 60% of our company revenue to the field. No other business does that. Most people in direct sales are not super successful. So having a conversation about a product that's not a Me Too product, that nothing is competing with it whatsoever, and our comp is better than any comp plan out there. I talk to people all the time in direct sales. You got to use social media. Maybe you're not comfortable on camera or talking to the camera. What I'm going to tell you, you're not going to want to hear, but you got to get comfortable. You got to get comfortable. I'm telling you, no one out there is judging you, and you're not going to be perfect, and people don't want perfect. You know, when you take a photo with a group of people, the only person that you look in the photo is yourself because we're self-centered and self-absorbed. And we want to make sure we look good in that photo. We don't see anybody else. When you do a video, you're even worse. You're more self-critical, how you sound, how you look, what you're saying, how you said it. When you do a video, don't watch it, just post it. But you got to start using social media. I don't care if you have 50 followers or 100 followers. You need to start using this platform because that's where you're going to get discovered. Friends and family. This is your hardest nut to crack because they know who you are. They're going to have a wait and see approach and see how this works out for you, but practice on them. Maybe you're close with your friends and family. Maybe you can convince them, but I know friends and family, for most people, they're tough. What about people you went back to school with? Your list of 42? Think about the people you went to school with. Research them on Facebook. Reach out to them, see how they're doing. See if they want to jump on a call. Hey, let's catch up. I haven't talked to you in ages. Pull your phone out and go through all your contacts. Most people have at least 300 contacts in their phone. If you get married tomorrow, you're going to go through your phone and see who you should invite to your wedding. You should be doing the same thing with this business. Like I said, call people and act like you're calling somebody else. Play play phone roulette and just spin through your contacts and just put your finger down, and whoever it is, that's who you're calling. But the main thing you guys need to do is you need to patch 75%. You need to patch people. 75% of those people are going to get a result in the first 3 days. But you got to have patches and you got to put it on people's back. You got to tell them how to wear it, right? This is really, really simple. I have the envelopes. I hand out 10 patches at a time. I tell people how to wear it 12 hours a day and drink 50% of your body weight in water every day, and how important it is to be consistent to do that for them to feel the results and get the results that they want. Okay. So also we have a lot of comp plan training on our wellness rev and our school. We're getting ready to add some more tomorrow, but I'm not going to go over that now because I want to leave it open for questions for you guys and help you guys answer any questions that you have. Okay. So if you guys have any questions right now, you can ask them. One last thing that I want to share with you guys is this. I'm going to pull up the website right now, and then also we have an I Decide app, and that I Decide app is just an app that you could share with anybody that says, I have more questions. And it's a self-guided presentation for people. It's $199 one time. You pay one time for this app and you get to use it for a lifetime. It's not an ongoing every year amount, but it is a really good way for you to send information out to people. And inside that I Decide app, whenever someone opens it up, it's going to notify you and let you know that they opened up. It's going to let you know what they looked at, what they watched. It's going to give you reminders to follow up with them. It's just a great tool that I always use when someone says, hey, send me more information or I have more questions. about this or have questions about that. Okay. So that's on our website as well. If you go to wellnessrev.org, you can see that on there. Let me just pull that up real quick for you guys. So this is the website, all right? One of the things that I want you guys to see is the first thing on here is get on board and join our school. But what I would tell you to do is just go through the whole website, watch the videos, watch the training, and understand what this resource is for you. This resource is really just built so that everyone we bring on, they can be doing the same thing. All the resources that we have under the resource tab, go through those. Look at what those are. Look how you could share those. You could print those. You could change those however you want to change those to fit your brand if you want them to. But all this information is built for you. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, we've had a lot of great questions the last couple weeks that evolve into, great answers for everyone that's on here or there's someone that's new. So please don't feel like there's any stupid questions. If you'd like to unmute and ask a question or put a question in the chat, if there's any question in the chat, Evelyn or Justin, you can tell me. If not, we could just have people ask questions. Does anybody have any questions? Hey, Alexandra, I used you as an example last week. Actually, I think it was right after Thanksgiving, in some of our role play. It was really good. Good to
Hola
see
Jay,
you. Hey,
Hi,
Arlie.
Jay.
¿cómo estás?
How are
Bien,
you?
bien, tú.
Bien, gracias. Tengo una pregunta
Fine, thank
porque,
you.
bueno,
I
yo he
have a
estado
question
colocando en mis stories
because
de
I've
Instagram, he
been
estado
posting in my
colocando
Instagram
cosas
stories
de
things
X39.
about X39.
Entonces tengo una amiga
And I
que
have a
yo sé
friend
qué hace
that
ella
I
sabe qué
know
hago yo y
what she
hasta
does
ahora
and she
sabe que
knows what
estoy
I do. And
estoy
now
en
she knows
LifeWave.
that I'm with LifeWave.
Nos vimos,
And we
pero
saw each
probablemente
other
siento que
personally.
fluyo más
I think that it flowed
escribiendo,
much better
pero
when we were messaging.
claro, nos vimos personalmente,
But, we
estuvimos
saw each
conversando
other, we had a
como amigas como
conversation,
somos,
like friends that we are.
pero me costó mucho
And
hablar
it was very
de la
difficult for
compañía.
me to talk about the
Y
company.
entonces, claro, te escucho a ti, pregunto qué está pasando
And,
ella, interésate por ella, pero
I
cuando
was
ella me
asking
preguntó a mí
about her
sobre la compañía,
life, being
me
interested
frusтрé.
about her life.
Entonces, me
And when
gustaría
asked me about the
algunas sugerencias de
company,
ti para
I
poder
froze.
mejorar en este
I would like
punto.
to know a suggestion from you
Sé
to
que
be
tengo
able
que
to
practicar más,
improve in
por
this. I
supuesto, la
know I have to
práctica hace el
practice
maestro,
most. Of course, practice makes perfect, but
pero bueno, nada, estoy aquí
I don't know.
escuchando.
I want to listen to whatever
So,
suggestion you
Arlie,
have.
what was the context of the question about the company?
Yo le expliqué porque
I was
ella me
explaining
preguntó
to her
en una
because she
reunión que
asked
tuvimos
me
antes
in
de
a
mi
meeting that we
cumpleaños,
had
me
before
preguntó,
in her
mira, veo que
birthday.
estás haciendo los
She
patches,
said,
están
"Look,
bonitos, no
I
sé qué
saw that
hacer.
you're using the patches
Y
and
me
they're
preguntó
really good." And she
cosas
asked
porque su esposo
me
tiene unos
about
dolores, que
her
si le podía
husband because
ayudar.
he's in
Entonces,
pain,
claro, en la conversación yo la
if
guié
it could help. So I
hacia el
guided
dolor
her in the
del esposo, pero
conversation
luego ella me
towards
dijo,
the husband's pain.
quiero que me hables
And
de
then
la
she
compañía.
said, "I would
Entonces,
like
claro,
for you
yo
to speak
empecé a
to me
hablarle
about the
que
company." And then
David
she
Smith es el
and then
fundador,
I told her that David Smith
que
is the
tiene sus
founder
productos patentados en
and that
nacimiento,
his products
se
have
enfoca
been
mucho al
patented
bienestar,
since many years
pero
ago.
que
He's
no
really
sentía
focused
tan
in
fluido.
well-being, but I didn't feel so
Entonces,
natural,
claro,
so
quiero como generar
fluent. So I
confianza
would like to generate trust without
y,
sound.
y o sea, era como que
And
necesitaba,
I don't know, I would
con toda la
freeze
información que estaba
with
dando,
all
no
the
la sabía cómo
information that I have. I
expresar.
didn't know how to express it.
So that's a great question, Arlie. So I think, and Monica and I have talked about this before. So the key is simple, and you don't want to talk too much. Okay. So when someone asks about the company, like the thing that you never, I mean, and the thing about um women is you guys never come across as being salesy anyways. Now, I don't know how you come across to each other, women to women, but women to men, I don't think women just don't are not very salesy because you guys have a lot of empathy. But what I would say, like when someone asks about the company, the first thing you need to do is get really excited and be very passionate about it. Okay. That's the first thing. So if someone asked me about the company, I would say, well, the cool thing about the company is the company has been in existence for 21 years. Okay, first thing, first statement. So write these down. The company's been in existence for 21 years. The second thing I love about the founder of the company is he is a scientist, he is an inventor, and he is the CEO of the company. And he pays 60% of the revenue to the field. The other thing is the company is in 92 countries in the world, mostly in Europe and around the world, and also in the United States. They are the fastest growing company 2 years in a row. They did almost $600 million, and they're projected to do over 800 this year, and they're projecting $1 billion next year. The leadership in the company is like nothing I've ever seen before. So I'm really, really excited to be a part of something. And my favorite thing about this is it's a patented product. So it's not a Me Too product. No one's ever going to be able to compete in this space. And there's so many other companies out there that you're competing against so many other brands or so many other products. This has a patent, so it's gone through clinical studies, and that was really what attracted me the most, is that I had no competition in this space, as well as, my the most exciting thing that I love about this is it works because it has a patent, it has clinical studies, there's millions of people with testimonials. And then what I would transition to from there, Arlie, when they ask about the company, is back to the husband. We have devices just for discomfort and pain. And the three that I would recommend to you is Eon X39 and the Ice Waves for immediate relief for your husband's pain. So I would tell you, Arlie, and now I'm out of role play with you, okay? So Thursday I played paddle, and this is for everybody on here. Thursday I played paddle, and my back seemed like it was a little stiff. And then I went to play golf Friday with some friends, and around hole number 8, my back really kind of got stiff and started hurting. And so I was like, I've never worn Ice Wave because I haven't had much pain. And so I came home, I put Ice Wave on it. I put the Eon, I put the X39 on my lower back, and I have it still right now on my back. I don't have the Ice Wave, I don't think. No, I just have Eon and X39 because it wasn't hurting. Um, and so did that on Saturday and started relieving. Did that on Sunday, and I woke up this morning and my back was back to normal. And I was really worried. I was like, man, I hope I did not mess myself up. And so that's the kind of stuff that you can share, right, with the knowledge when you tell them what patches they should use. But just those things, like, and again, it's a 45-second to a 60-second with passion, conviction, how much you love this company. And just like you said, Arlie, you have to practice, right? You just have to have that repertoire when someone answers that question. Now, this is the thing, you guys, everyone on here listening, there's going to be sometimes people ask you a question and you're going to freeze because you've never answered it well before. When you notice or you realize that, Arlie, all you're going to do now is just practice it and make sure that the next time someone asks a question similar to that or the same question, you know exactly how to respond so that the next time you get better about it. And that's what I would say is the best approach you could make, Arlie, is just take those things that are really going to make people take a look and say, okay, it's in 92 countries, it's got a patent, it's the fastest growing company, like all the things that people want to hear about a company that they would want to represent, that's what you have to represent.
Gracias, gracias. Y de hecho llegué a la casa
Thank you. And
y
actually, I
venía
got
pensando en
home
eso
and I
mismo.
was
Y
thinking
yo,
on
ay,
my
no digan que
way,
está nuevamente en otro país.
oh,
Ay, no
it's
les
in
digan que
92
tiene
countries. I
algo
didn't
de
say that,
diferente.
and I didn't say this, and I didn't say that.
Pero
That's what
bueno,
I was thinking,
tengo con ella un
of course.
compromiso
But
de
I
llegar
have
And,
a
and
con
you know
buenas
that so
commitment
noticias.
so the
with
reason
her.
that's in my head, Arlie, is because I've done a presentation so many times talking about the company, right? So the more you do that, the more you practice, the more you have this information at your fingertips to be able to talk about these things, right?
Exacto,
So I mean that's just like going through the presentation, listening to presentations is the only reason that I can talk about those things and have them right here because you know I do it all the time. I talk about it all the time. And again, I don't talk like a doctor. I don't talk like a scientist. I just talk about, and the key is talking about it with passion. Like they need to feel your excitement, right? There's got to be a smile that lights up on your face, that you're
exactamente.
really, really just excited about this. It can't be like, oh yeah, this is this, and there's this. Like when someone asks a question, you got to get excited, right? And they're gonna be like, man, I mean, she really loves this company, right? Because then it sells it for them because you're so excited.
Cierto. Gracias.
Yes, thank you.
Mil
You're so
gracias.
A
welcome.
million thank yous. Then,
Anybody else? Go ahead, Monica. I think you saw the mic. She turned her camera on, so maybe she wants to say something. But go ahead, Monica.
Okay, this is my question. A friend of my husband's, well, his wife, of my husband's friend's wife. She's been in multi-level marketing for I don't know how long, maybe 20 years. I forget the name of the company. I I don't speak to them often. They don't live here in they live somewhere north here. And I want to approach her, but we're not that close. They are friends, and her husband is very close to my husband, but I'm not super close to them. Uh, I want to approach her because I want to invite her to LifeWave. What she does for her company is about healthy supplements, healthy uh, um, shakes, and all of that, all about health and wellness. So I have no idea how to approach her successfully. Any suggestions?
That's a great question. Because she's in the wellness space, I would, and she's with it. My approach would be to leave her with herself. And how I would do that is ask her about her business instead of telling her about your business, right? So the way that I would approach it is I would be like, hey, I know you've been in the direct sales space. I'm in the direct sales, and like, tell me about your company and what you do. Like, I'm in the wellness space. You're in the wellness space. I would like to know, like, and then what I would try to do is just say, like, how do you build your business? What is your main thing that you like to talk about? Like, just like you're like trying to learn from her, right? Like you're in this space, right? And then she's gonna ask you about what you do, right? And then you could say, I mean, we don't have a competing product. You could actually offer this product to your customers. I mean, I think it would be a good add-on. Our company doesn't care if you work with another company or not, right? And now her company might care. And then you could be like, whatever it is, but you could ask her how big her organization is, get an idea of how much money she's making. Like she might be happy, she might not be happy, but instead of making it about talking about our business first, talk about her business first and ask her like what her business is about and what products she sells. And then the thing that is always great is she's in a business, if she's selling supplements, she's in a Me Too business, right? She's competing against GNC, Vitamin World, Walgreens, CVS, all these online supplement companies, right? So that's when I always kind of like drop the hammer and just be like, well, one thing, the reason that I decided to partner with LifeWave is because when I was researching, everyone was a Me Too product. And LifeWave is its own exclusive product that no one is in the competing space. And it's got a patent for the next 17 years. And I want to be a part of something that I'm not offering the same thing that everyone else is offering. So that's why I'm here. Plus, and so without selling her like directly, you're kind of indirectly selling her. And plus, the other thing I researched is most, direct sales companies are paying 32 to 42% in commissions, and our company pays 60%. And our product works and there's quick results, with supplements and other products, hair and skin, and it might take months and months and months for people to see results, and people see results, in 2 to 3 business days. So it's such an impactful business. And that's when you get really excited about it. So that would be my approach is I would go after and be like, hey, tell me about your business. And then, you're asking all kinds of questions, but I would just say, hey, I'm in this space too, but I know, our husbands are really close and he said you're doing this. I'd love to learn a little bit more from you.
Great. Perfect. I love it. Because I was first thinking of just straightforward and propose her to join my team, but absolutely not. I totally agree with your idea. Now, I was thinking of giving her and her husband set of patches, but what do you think?
After the
Um,
conversation, I would. So once you have that conversation with her about her business, which I would have as soon as possible, and then when you're able to talk about your business, but hey, listen, I'm going to send you like 10 patches for you and your husband to use. And just without trying to pull her over into the business. What I like to do with people like that, because the thing is those type of people are on our chicken list, right? Because it's like she's already in the business. Is she going to say no? Is she going to say yes? How do I get in the conversation? We start to overthink it, and so instead of doing that, just when you say, hey, I mean, you're not asking for anything. You're going to say, hey, I would love to get your opinion on them. And just without saying, do you want to sign up or anything like that? I would just say, I'm going to send you some samples of what, and just see what if you could feel anything. Now, some people take a little longer, but I'll send you guys five. Some people it takes, 1 day. Some people take 2 days to get a result out of it. But this is what you have to do, and then get into the specifics of it. So I would ask her about her business. And then when she asks you about the patch business, the key things that I would say is patent, right? 60% of revenue gets paid to the field. You love the leadership. All the things that are being developed is absolutely awesome. We're the fastest growing company 2 years in a row. All those things that she's going to understand and hear, but without a sales tone. And then just they're like drops, and then, hey, you know what? I'm going to send you and your husband some. Actually, when my husband and your husband are hanging out, I'm going to give him some. Just give it a try. You got to wear it for 12 hours and you got to drink at least half your body weight in ounces, and it's going to work remarkably for you. And then what I would say to finish it all out is I would give her your testimonial, right? I would say, what I've seen it did for me, and other people are those five things that we talk about, Monica, right? Age reversal, pain, um, sleep, energy, and mental clarity, right? All the things that people want in their life. So those are the things that I would share as far as in my icing on the cake and send it over to her, and then just open up that conversation with her and be able to start going down it. And the thing is you're right. Most people just want to go in and pitch people, and I think that's the mistake that people make, right? Is they want to just go in and pitch. And that's why I always want to get in and know people. And then they start asking me, because the thing, and so what you have, Monica, too, is everyone kind of knows how busy and all the things that you do, and I would throw that out there sometimes. I think, all the stuff that I do and how busy I am, for me to do this, it has to be pretty special. Right. And so that's what I tell people, right? I've got 8 different businesses. For me to put any energy or emphasis on this business, it's got to be pretty special. Like you know who I am, you know what I've done in my life. So for me to put anything into this, it's got to be pretty special. And then that's it. And then just follow up with it, in 3 or 4 days. Hey, how you feeling? Have you used it? So that would be the approach. And what I want you guys to hear on here is these questions. If you ever want to ask these questions, you have someone, reach out to Lola, reach out to Justin. I'll have a 5-10 minute phone call with you, and you can ask me this question and I'll help you with this approach. Because this is, what I really believe that God has given me the gift to be good at, is to be able to think about these situations and have conversations with people, because I never take a sales approach. I always take a relationship approach. And then, so one thing about golf, my wife thinks that I just go play golf because I love golf, but I always go play golf with clients, because no deal is ever done on the golf course. Relationships are built on the golf course. And I will say the same thing about when you get into conversations. No deal is going to be had in the first conversation. A relationship should be built in the first conversation, not a deal, not a sell. And that's the thing that people are not patient about. That's why I tell you guys, if you talk to 2 people every single day, 10 people a week, you're building relationships. And then you've got 9 people to follow up with, right? Just because they said no or they didn't respond right now, that's 9 people that you can follow up with over the next 3 years, and eventually they will come along. No is not no. No is not right now. I'm not in a place, I'm not in the mental space. I'm not, I can't think about this right now. I'm going through a divorce. My kids are crazy in school. I've got crazy travel coming up. Whatever situation that people have, you can't just think it's a no because they don't trust or believe or want to do this with you. It's just not right now. And where the people make mistake in sales is they don't do the follow-up. The mistake that people make in follow-up is they follow up to sell, not follow up to build a relationship. And what I mean by that is when you follow up, when you talk to them, it's not, let's talk about the patch. No, we're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about you, what's going on in your life. And then they're going to say, hey, how's that patch thing going? Oh my God, girl. I don't know what I told you 6 months ago, but where I'm at right now is a completely different place. Like, this is the best company, it's the best product. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. That's when you get excited. And then they're like, you know what? I need to do that thing. That's happened to me, you guys, so many times. Monica, really quick. I'm
Really
interested.
quick. Um, this is another one. This is my one of my best friends from 30 years ago in Colombia. She was a TV anchor with me in my show. She's a nutritionist, and she's been with uh uh Amway for probably 20 years. She got pretty high in rank, but we don't talk every month of the life, but we're like sisters. She knows now that I'm doing this because I told her when I was gonna go to Anaheim, and I told her how excited I was. We have not spoken for the past probably year a lot, but I was confident enough to tell her I was doing this. So she was so excited and said, "Wow, where do I get it? How do I get it?" Now she's busy with something personal and her daughter, but now I want to invite her. She doesn't know how to get it because she's not ready now to get it. She said she wanted to try it. What do I do there? I left it like that. I'm excited, I'm doing this. And she said, I wanted to try it. That's it.
So I would so I always meet people where they are, not where I want them to be. Okay? So this is very, very key, you guys. And what I mean by that is if we try to force people to be where we are, which we are, we want everyone to join the business. Right now, we want them to be a brand partner, right? So if someone says, "Hey, I just want to try it," cool. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you 10 patches. Okay. I'm going to take the investment or the risk, and I'm going to send you 10 patches. Right. And so if she's not at a point where she wants to become a brand partner, she likes it, right? With someone that's already in direct sales, I might slow play her. Okay. So I might say, hey, listen, when she says, "Oh, it's great." Well, listen, I can send you a link to get the patches, but would you be interested in getting them for free? So no one's going to say no to it, right? So the only thing you have to do is just get three of your friends or family to come in the business, and you can get your patches free every month. But if it's ever something that you want to add another stream of income to your Amway business, this doesn't compete with anything that Amway does. So if you ever want to add this, the company pays 60% of the revenue to the field just for sharing this device. So if you want to take that affiliate route, we could also talk about that and just see where she's at, right? I just like to ask people questions. So I like to give people options, right? Give her a taste. She's gonna have a result. Then do you want to get it for free? And then, would you want to add another stream of income? Would you be interested in adding another stream of income? Now, I don't know how good or close a friend you are, Monica, with her, but it just depends on that friendship. I might be a little bit more direct, or I might, go a different route. But that's what I would do. So if she's saying I'd like to try it, well, let's get
She's
her
in
to try it as
Colombia, by
soon.
the way. She's in Bogota. So it's gonna be a little tricky to send her a sample, but everything is possible in this life. We're pretty close. I was confident to tell her like
Does she ever have
super.
anybody that comes here that you can give them to that can pass them to her or something like that?
I can, yeah, I can find somebody that travels to Bogota sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can sell it in Bogota now. We have a way that we can, they can get involved from Bogota and sell it.
Are they still doing that route with a
A
what do you call
courier.
a courier?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
we can do that in Colombia. And
Okay.
Colombia is next. They're talking about next year, Colombia being on the docket so it would be good for her to be there and be one of the first ones.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm dying for her to wanted to jump in. We just have not spoken about like I never asked. We chat very quickly because she's going through she's getting her what do you call quinceañero party? I don't even know how to
Oh
say
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
she's super busy. She's like planning a mini wedding type of thing. So,
yeah.
but my God, yeah,
Those are
but
serious.
I know, but she she said just I wanted to try it, but that's it. I don't want to bother her. I know she's with a lot right now, but
Meet her where she is,
I
let
don't
her
want to
try it.
sound pushy. I don't want to sound
Yeah,
like I
meet her
want
where
her
she is and try it. Let her try it. Hey, let me ask you, what are you wearing on your neck?
glutathione,
Glutathione. And
glutathione,
why?
because I love it for detoxification for my immune system. I was in a big event in Miami yesterday with film industry, so I love it every time that I'm going where a lot of people are. So that's why I'm wearing it today.
Good.
little
Well, it's also
detox.
good. It's good for marketing.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I spoke to a lot of
Yeah.
people.
So like, if somebody asks you about that, what do you say?
This is a phototherapy patch. It's not transdermic. It doesn't have any product. It's just phototherapy. It works with your own light and it's good for your stem cells. I'm not going to talk about glutathione to
Okay,
normal
so
people.
Monica, I mean, I would so all those things that you just said, the reason I ask you that is because I want to know what you're saying. I wouldn't say any of that.
Okay. Well,
So
I just got nervous and
no, no, I
I
know.
didn't
So what
really.
I would say if someone says that to this is I would say this thing has changed my life more than anything that I've ever done in my entire life. It's a hook. Boom. What is that? Okay. So it's first thing, when they say, what is that thing? This thing has changed my life more than anything has ever changed my life before. You've never heard of this? This is a stem cell patch. Like, I can't believe you haven't heard of this. I mean, this thing, and then I would get into your testimonial, like right away. So they didn't ask you all that, right? They just asked you what it was, and then you're going in and saying, it's age reversal. Now, it depends. Like, it depends. Like, so the glutathione, you could talk about the glutathione. The main reason I'm wearing this, so I would take a piece of the glutathione and I would say, when I'm around big groups of people, this also helps boost my immune system and helps protect me against things that might be out there. So that's the biggest reason I wear it here because this is the spot to wear it when you're going to be around a big group of people. And people may, because I would say most of my friends are germaphobes, and there's like something that's going to protect me against like being sick when I'm around groups of people. So I would add that in there, Monica. But wearing it there doesn't look bad. Where I don't like where people wear is like on their forehead or something like that, right?
I
Because there's a lot
know,
of
I
people that
know.
do, but I just like the reason why is because I would never want to wear it on my forehead, right? I don't like the way it looks. And if people feel like they have to wear it on their forehead for
I
it to
know,
work,
I
they're
know.
going to be like, yeah, no, thank you.
No,
I'm not doing that,
absolutely.
right?
No, yesterday I had it here, underneath
Right.
my sleeve, so I could show it really quick. But no, today I'm alone at the office, so I'm wearing it here.
But
But
even there, I don't think it's a bad thing. Some people might not want to wear it there, That's why, like, I wear it. Like, I usually wear it like on my ankle or something like that, or when I'm in the sauna. But I do. The thing is on my wrist and stuff. It's just it doesn't. It's when I sweat a little bit, it falls off. So, but I do like that you're wearing it there, and I think anywhere where we can get people to ask questions. But I want you guys to be careful where you wear it because if people feel like they have to wear it, they're like, I wouldn't want to wear it. I wouldn't want that to show. We want to be careful with that. But that's how I would respond to when people ask is I would take it down, this has changed my life more than anything, and also protects my immune system when I'm out. And I've been around a bunch of people and I just want to make sure, the flu's out there. I just want to it helps me from getting sick. And then people
I
are like, I want that.
absolutely agree. Yes.
Okay. You guys, it's 7:05. I have to go. Did I miss anybody that has a quick question? Did anybody want to say anything? Okay. If you guys have anything that comes up, like Monica brought up, questions like that, just any question you have, schedule a time with Justin and Lola. We'll sit down, we'll go through it, we'll figure out what you can do to approach these people and what you need to say to get through your chicken list. I promise you I can help you with it because there's so many scenarios that come up with the type of people that I'm talking to. When you're thinking about it, you're coming from an emotional standpoint, a friendship standpoint, where it's like, I don't want to, I want to come across right, but what I would say is just don't overthink it, and whoever it is make it about them, get into a conversation about them, and then you'll find a way that they're going to ask you about what you do. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for our opportunity call at 7 p.m. Have a great night, you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.